Hey everyone, it's Drew here. This episode's going to be a little different from the others in that, the players after the last adventure, they're having some downtime on the planet. They're going to go around the city. They each have something special that they're going to do. So let's get into that. Each one of them is going to have some time to explore their character a little more, learn something about themselves, and learn something new about where they stand in the universe. Okay, and here is our side session with Harrison Jones. You said you wanted us to start with the party having just deposited Life's body on the ship, right?
Yeah, and now I'm going to get a drink.
Okay.
Y'all are too young to. The rest of the party's too young, by my standards, to go binge drink.
Yeah. So, what kind of a bar would Harrison go to? Like a fancy place, a cantina, a dive bar, a sports bar, what?
Um, what day of the week is it on Onwardia? Like, is it a weekday?
Tell you, it's actually in the morning right now, and we can say it's like a
It's in the
Saturday
morning.
morning.
He's gonna go to a dive bar.
Okay.
Just the closest thing possible to the ship
Yep.
that will pour whiskey in a glass and
Yeah, and so you walk in and you immediately get some weird stares because there are very few, if any, humans on Onwardia. But it's the type of bar where like they're not gonna ask questions right away.
yeah.
So what you drinking? The bartender says.
You got whiskey on this planet, right?
I think we got just the stuff for you. And he reaches up for the very top shelf. We save this for our specialty off-world visitors. Sure you can afford it? 5 silver a shot.
I put down 2 gold pieces.
Ho ho! You buying for this guy over here? And he points at someone else, or are all four of these for you?
Um, I slide him over one.
Yeah. Hey,
Thanks,
Freddy,
Bob.
it's your lucky morning.
Yeah, thanks. Really needed this.
You bad stuff happen with you too?
Yeah, well, my wife left me recently.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. What about
It's
you?
never easy. I personally haven't been married long in any of the relationships I've been in, but
Oh, you've
each
been
one
in
hurts.
multiple relationships, have you?
I lost track after 5.
Oh, you're a real womanizer, aren't you?
Oh, by the way, the bartender's a centaur, and at that he says, "Whoa, Freddy, let's not have another repeat of last week."
Last week, what's this guy done? He doesn't look like he could cause that much trouble now, can he?
Oh,
Careful how
you
you word
want to
that.
know trouble?
And
Oh, I
the
haven't been
bartender,
drinking yet today.
the bartender
And
clamps a hoof on the bar and says, "Whoa, guys, let's settle down. This is a respectable establishment."
Whatever
I
makes you
look at
sleep
him and I
every night,
say,
man.
fuck you.
and I go to punch Jack.
Just
I
roll
just
a
dodge.
Tell you what, this guy's reasonably strong. Roll a d20 plus 3.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. $18.
Yeah, with an 18, Yeah, so this guy just brings his fist right into Harrison's face. I'm not necessarily going to make him roll damage, but it definitely hurts.
Hmm. I'm going to take all three of those shots and just stand up and say, "I
That's right,
like
you
you."
get on out of here. We don't need no womanizers here.
No, I'm gonna adopt this man. I'm gonna adopt this man into my We're gonna hang out now.
What? No, I'm not going anywhere with you.
Why not? You said your wife left you. That means you're single again. Or do you want to win her back?
Ah.
Yeah, and so the bartender is just looking back and forth between the two of you and says, "Okay, so things are settling down then? There's not going to be a fight or anything?
I
Okay,
want
we
Yeah.
him
have to get the
out
place."
of this bar.
He just seems a little heartbroken. He seems like he needs a friend for the night. Or the rest of the day.
It's 8 in the morning.
Time's an illusion.
How late have you been up?
I lost track.
Get out.
How
Taking
about
a
two more
drink, though.
drinks?
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
How about two more drinks?
Sure.
Each.
If I'm gonna do day drinking, I'm doing it on my own money.
You can pay if you want to.
I don't care as
Or you
long as
can
I'm
just
getting
take the
paid.
drinks.
No respect whatsoever.
And then I'm gonna drag him out of the bar.
You going to try to resist?
Yeah.
Okay, make a strength saving throw. And, Ash, I guess repeat that check from earlier.
Okay. I really hope this doesn't fail.
Does a 20 with mods work?
Yeah. I got a 9
Yeah,
total.
okay, so this drunk guy punched you and now he's trying to drag you out of the bar. How do you want to respond? And reminder that you just lost part of your crew earlier today.
Um, is he just a human?
Tell you what species is this guy? It's probably going to be anything aside from human.
Dwarf.
Okay.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah, so...
He's a dwarf.
And we already know that Harrison doesn't exactly have the highest opinion of people below a certain height.
Oh, I don't like short people.
You personally or Harrison does?
Yeah, let's just hope that's a
Harrison
Harrison thing.
doesn't. Yeah, that's a Harrison thing. He doesn't trust them. He does not. Too many bad encounters. So this dwarf is trying to drag me, a 6'3"
Strong human.
Dwarf
Bounty
is strong,
hunter.
man.
Strong man. Yeah. Out of the bar.
Yep.
Yeah, I just pick him up and throw him. He's a dwarf.
Make a strength check.
Dwarves are not to be thrown.
Does a 21 with mods.
Okay, you just throw this guy through a window, and the centaur picks up his telephone and calls the police.
I get in the car and run.
Yeah, so you just start booking it.
Yeah. After I grab the whiskey bottle.
Nice. Okay, you know what? I feel like
But
yeah.
I put 3 gold pieces on the counter.
Yep.
Because I'm not totally awful, but I will take all your whiskey.
Okay, and are you taking a car?
Yeah.
Okay, this is not going to end well, but okay.
I know it's not, but I don't care at this point. Go to the next bar I can think of.
Yeah, so you, I guess, begin driving down the road a bit. I guess make me an intelligence. No, tell you what. Roll plus intelligence and proficiency with disadvantage.
Oh! First roll's a d20.
And the second?
Is a 12 with mods.
Okay, yeah, so with a 12, you're navigating down the road. I feel like you're probably more paying attention to just trying to get away than getting anywhere in particular, right?
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
can still drive.
you're beginning to swerve a bit, but the alcohol hasn't quite taken effect, so you're still able to make some good distance down the road when you begin to hear the sirens in the distance.
Ooh. I'm gonna turn onto a side street.
Okay. And as you do, you actually begin to see signs that seem to be pointing in the direction of the new Mushroomton National Forest.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, make another intelligence and proficiency check to try to navigate your way over there. With disadvantage because you're drinking.
A 13.
And
That was the lowest.
okay, yeah. So with a 13, you're still not feeling super confident about your driving, but you eventually are able to make it to the woods, and you begin to deduce that these woods are actually really big, and it all connects back to that same forest that you were in earlier where the manor was.
Oh yeah. I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get out of the woods. I start heading for downtown.
Well, as you begin to move away, you suddenly begin to hear a very pleasant sound of birds chirping.
I don't care about the birds. I'm getting out of this stupid forest.
And suddenly the chirping begins to get louder.
I get in the car and just no.
And as you begin to
Not
get in the
dealing.
car, you suddenly see that there's actually a lot of birds have landed on your car. And they're just pleasantly chirping.
I don't care about the birds. I want to. I don't want to. I don't want to engage the birds.
Well, more are beginning to land on the car.
I get in the car.
Now there's birds covering the windshield.
I turn on the car.
They're still staying on.
I start driving away.
You can't see, so
Does it look like I care?
roll me a d4. Higher is better. Here.
4.
Okay, you haven't quite crashed the car yet, but you have no idea which way you're going.
I turn on the wipers.
That does begin to make the birds flutter a bit, but it's almost like they're just able to jump around the wipers. And you suddenly feel that your car, it's gone off of the asphalt and is now just seems to be going on dirt.
Oh.
Yep.
A parked car.
Okay.
I screw it. I'm gonna give into your stupid thing and try and see what the birds want.
Okay, you're gonna open up the door?
I am going to roll down the window.
Okay, when you roll down the window, the birds begin to fly away, and you hear a voice of an old man say, Sorry I had to take such a direct approach on that one, but I really needed to speak to you.
Might I ask who you are?
And coming out from behind the tree is a very, very, very old looking man, and he appears to be elven.
Oh. Does he appear friendly?
He's smiling.
Okay, cool.
Yep, and it's like one of those pleasant old man smiles where, like, you can tell he's genuinely glad to see
Oh.
you.
Oh. Um, Tell him to hop in. We're going to get a drink.
Huh. I think that perhaps you can find a deeper satisfaction in here than you can at the bar.
Um, is the bar going to bring back my pet robot?
No?
But it'll make me forget about the pet robot, so we're going to get a drink.
And he leans against the window and says, Perhaps the best path isn't to forget, but to find a new way to remember.
I don't want to remember him. I want to forget that he existed because he was a friend.
I sense a great anguish within you. I imagine that this is the first time in a while that you've let yourself have a friend.
Yeah,
And now that he's gone, you feel like you've betrayed yourself.
I did. I let people other than my brother onto my ship, and one of them died because of me.
My child, you did not kill your comrade.
But he's dead because of me.
He made his own choices and now is living in a new manner.
Okay, but get in the car.
Very well then. And he goes over to the passenger side and gets in, and he buckles up because he's safe.
Yeah. Um. Cool. So where are we going?
Oh, well, tell you what, let's go for a bit of a ride around the woods. I can show you things as I see it.
Cool. Oh, by the way, my other friend wanted some mushrooms. You got any?
Hmm. Your other friend. Let's see now, by that do you mean the wizard or the dragonborn?
Oh, you met him. Cool.
Haven't quite had the chance yet, but I sense that I will.
Yeah, they're cool. The dragon chick wants some mushrooms. The wizard, he's not into that kind of stuff. At least I don't think so. I hope not.
Do I sense
He
concern
did
in your
just
voice?
graduate from high school, so
Is that concern that I sense in your voice?
a little bit.
Hmm. See, let me ask you
He's a
something.
good kid.
When did you get the greatest satisfaction in life? Was it when you cared about no one, or when you allowed yourself to care?
I think when I left the Empire.
Why did you leave the Empire?
Yeah, this and that. A difference of philosophy. They also made me do some stuff I wasn't comfortable with, so rather not get into it. I'm still kind of wanted.
So you have moral boundaries, lines that you which that which you will not cross.
Yeah.
And yet I sense within you a sort of darkness. There are many lines that you have already gone past.
Oh, yeah. We're just survivors here.
Yes. And you think that the best way to survive is to forget those that have lost the battle.
They're not here.
Oh, but they are. For they continue along this path. There are those that will call it the wheel, or a cycle, and it is a path of the universe that we all travel along. Our energies, our essences, our souls, however you wish to refer to them as, are constantly moving through. But there are those with a special gift. They can take the piece of soul that's gifted to them by everyone they meet and keep it alive for as long as they are within this form, and then pass it on to others to do the same. This is a magic
Sounds
known as
familiar.
This is a magic known as storytelling, and I'm sure that it is one that you know quite well.
I've told a few stories over the years.
You're probably wondering why I chose to use the birds to get your attention.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I have my reasons. For you see, the birds?
I don't like birds.
Why not? And he smiles at you.
Multiple things. Multiple. Birds just don't. Yeah, anything with wings, really.
Yet you fly around on a ship.
Yeah, I don't want birds on my house. They rip up the wires.
So then, since you know very little about these avian creatures, you probably cannot distinguish them from another species, can you?
Not really.
These are songbirds of various
Oh.
varieties, and I asked them to help me demonstrate something to you. They teach the young various forms of music, and it is spread through the generations. In a manner of speaking, this communication has kept them connected from when they first came into being until a day long from now when the song is lost.
Hmm.
These birds keep their ancestors alive.
Well, that's cool.
Yes. Would you like to learn this power to keep your loved ones alive through song?
I think I would. That sounds like fun.
Yes, because you don't have to simply forget those that you have lost. You can find a new way to remember, and to keep them alive within you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, pull over here then, and perhaps the birds can teach you something.
All right. I park the car.
And he gets out and produces from inside his cloak a simple wooden flute. And he sees a bird nearby sing a simple 3-note melody, which he repeats back using the flute. And this seems to get the bird's attention, and so it repeats the song, and suddenly more birds are involved.
Oh,
Would you like to try?
I would.
Yep. He hands you the flute and shows you how to move your fingers and when to blow to recreate the sounds.
I I play chopsticks.
Oh, you're familiar with this instrument.
A little bit. A friend of mine had one.
Ah. You see, just as the universe continuously rebuilds based on that which we leave within it, so too can a musician rebuild upon new songs with the notes they know.
Hmm. Um, I'm gonna play the Mario thing.
Hmm. Yes, that song. I've connected once to a world where that was a common piece of music. Have you been there and met the great warrior known as Mario?
He's from a. He's not just a video game.
Oh, you have traveled far across the stars, and yet there is much you have
Yeah,
yet to
there are
see.
places I definitely haven't been. I heard about these guys with what is it? Lantern rings?
Ah, yes, the lanterns.
And this guy that can run at the speed of light. I kind of want to do that.
So that you can run away
That
from your
sounds like a
problems even
lot of
faster?
fun. Yeah, just so I can help out a little bit more.
Hmm. Well, there are many great powers throughout the universe that you can learn, and if I can teach you the power of song, then you will be carrying a bit of me forward.
That sounds like fun.
But I encourage you to continue your travels. Perhaps you can visit the one known as Mario, in a star system known as Nintendo. There's another planet there that I think you might be interested in, that is full of these magnificent creatures known as Pokemon.
Ooh. Um, I've heard about this guy named Charizard there.
Ah, yes, the mighty Charizard. I have a feeling that your dragon friend would be interested in meeting him.
I feel like she would.
Yes. There is also something very special about that planet. Once, when I projected my spirit through it, I was able to connect myself far across the stars to another system entirely, where I was able to take a very quick journey near to her homeworld.
Who's home? Oh, they have an avatar, right?
Yes,
Like some, yeah.
that planet with the avatar is a very spiritually enlightened planet, and that is why
I've
I was
heard.
very happy to be able to connect through it. But for whatever reason, it is the Pokemon planet that allowed me to connect there.
Oh, so I gotta go hang out with Pokemon before I can go. Um, cool. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
I'll update my star charts.
Huh. Very good then. And so I
Yeah.
imagine,
You wouldn't happen to sell hyperdrives, would you? Mine seems to be on the fritz lately. We can't make many jumps. So
I'm afraid not. My connection to the other worlds is simply spiritual. I have never physically left this planet that you know as Onwardia.
oh, that's unfortunate.
But perhaps one day if you return here, you can tell me more of your journeys, in song form.
I will certainly try.
Hmm.
Thank you. And you sure you don't need a drink?
Sure, I'll take a drink.
All right, we get back in the
Yeah,
car
'cause you have the
and
whiskey bottle, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I pull out two glasses from the back seat.
Hmm. Here's to you and to learning music through nature.
Here's to remembering old friends.
Okay, I think that's a good place to wrap up this mini session. We're coming in at half an hour. And Ash,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. I liked your bar
Thank you,
patron
Ash.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? Can you keep that a secret? Don't tell
Oh yeah.
anybody. I do
I
want to
mean,
try and make a speed force. For me, at least.
Okay, then. We are now recording for Ray's side session with Qadira. I can't tell you if this is going to be the first, second, or third session because I don't know how I'm going to order them, but I know it's not going to be the fourth. Oh, wait. It's also not going to be the first either. This is either going to be the second or third based on what I said happened during Jack's and Ash's sessions. So... Yeah, so you guys just deposited Life's body off of the ship. So what would Qadira do now?
She wants to either reanimate Life or give him a proper send off. I think she's still in denial that Life is gone and dead. And wants to bring him back to life.
Okay. So where would she go for that? Would she be seeking like a magical solution?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We're in Onwardia, so where is the closest magicer? Could we perhaps ask Ian Lightfoot to magic our friend back to life?
Yes, so Ian Lightfoot, he has established his own magic society, and also the Tower Society now has a presence here in New Mushroomton, whatever that means. According to Ash, that's a thing from Wheel of Time.
Okay, haven't read it, so doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so you're looking for a place that might be able to heal him?
Yes.
And do you have a specific plan to hunt it down?
Go find a magic person, say, bring me friend back or else.
Just any magic person you can find?
Yes.
Okay, I guess roll an investigation check to try to look around the city.
Really should have dumped that dice before joining, but oh well. Um, 12.
Okay, so with a 12, you're just knocking around the city for a while, and you can't quite find any like specific wizards or anything. But you are able to find what appears to be a strange-looking hospital-like area labeled as the Athpomancy Society of Medicine.
Seems like a good place to start.
But the red cross icon, it seems to almost be made out of mushrooms.
Even better.
Like, not actual mushrooms, that's just the iconography.
No, this is very good. This is very
Okay.
good.
Okay, so you want to go in?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you walk in, and you notice what almost seems to be like a waiting room area, but it's got like a very natural feel to it. It's almost like they're trying to incorporate, plants and fungi into the insides.
Nice. All right.
And you see that there's a bunch of gnomes running around in lab coats, and one of them stops and looks at you and says, "Oh yes, how can we help you?"
I need to make my friend live again.
You're looking for mushrooms that can help you come alive?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid we don't quite sell that here, but if you want, after I get off my shift, I might be able to
find the guy that sells those, and he's just like constantly winking.
Sounds like a plan. Where can I find you, and when is this?
Okay. So if you can go behind the hospital at 5 p.m., we'll be able to get you the guy that sells the special shrooms.
Right. What
And then
time is it?
another gnome yells from across the room, Jared, stop trying to sell drugs to the patients. Sorry about him. What were you looking for?
I need to bring my friend back to life.
Oh. Looking for that kind of help.
Yeah.
He's properly dead?
I assume so.
How long ago did he die?
An hour ago, tops.
Huh. Okay, what was his species?
He was a robot.
There's a repair shop down the street. And a scrapyard on the other side of town.
You will not go to a scrapyard.
I appear I've offended you. But are you sure that this is the approach you want to be taking?
What better approach is there?
Well, seems like you're trying to keep looking back instead of looking forwards.
You have a problem with that?
Well, I was in your shoes about 50 years ago. After my brother died.
Okay.
And started looking desperately for anything that would let me see him again. I heard the legend of the Phoenix Gems, but I could never find one.
Phoenix gems.
Yes, supposedly it's a crystal that, when used in conjunction with a powerful spell, can let you resurrect someone for up to a day.
I want him back permanently.
I'm afraid that's a magic beyond our capabilities.
A day is better than no days. Where can I find a Phoenix gem?
Last I heard of one, Ian Lightfoot used it to bring back his father, but it only worked for a few minutes.
Where is Ian Lightfoot?
He's out of the city at the moment.
How far away?
A couple 100 miles at least, but he should be returning soon.
How soon?
A week or so. Usually doesn't stay gone for long. Says he's... From the story I heard from my superiors, he went out, speak with some other mages about the goings-on of the mountain.
So they're mages. What kind of magic do they practice?
Oh, wide variety. We got some pyromancers out there that he said he was going to speak to. Some students of the ancients, rhinologists, you name it.
None of them specialize in bringing people back to life, do they?
No. But, the ones we've lost are never truly past us. And
Don't you give me that bullshit!
Perhaps you could find another way to connect with him.
He's coming back to life. There is nothing else other than...
Well, I'm afraid I can't offer you a second chance with him. But if you seek solace, the woods are a good place to collect your thoughts.
Why would I need to collect my thoughts? They're already in my head.
Huh. Yes, but do you understand the meaning of them? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have patients to attend to. And he walks off dramatically so he can have the last word.
I grab him and say, I end this conversation. We're done. And now our phone's off.
Okay. I mean, you're doing better than Harrison. You didn't have the police called on you.
I mean, that's good at least.
Yep.
What other solutions are there? What was that Wheel of Time kind of
the
magic
Tower
thing?
Society?
Yeah. They seem magical. Could we look into them? See if they have solutions?
Would your character have reason to know about the Tower Society?
Shoot, no. Let's look for... Let's go to the repair shop.
Okay. Yeah. So so as you mentioned, it was just down the road a little bit, and when you go in, you actually realize it's the same dwarves that Harrison antagonized yesterday.
How was that only yesterday? Oh God.
Oh hey, it's the Dragon Lady.
What did you call me?
It's the lady we saw yesterday.
I am not merely a lady. I am Qadira. I'm Qadira min Alahab, actually.
Ah,
Of the Dragonborn clan.
never heard of it.
Have
But
you ever been to Avataria?
Ma'am, do you have something you need us to fix, or?
How are you at restoring robotic consciousness?
Robotic what now?
Consciousness?
Hate to be the one to break this to you, but robots aren't really conscious beings.
Excuse me?
Unless you know something I don't.
You're an obvious ignoramus. Can I speak to your manager?
Lady, I am the manager. Here,
Well,
see
obviously you're not managing well enough.
see this robot I'm working on, and he gestures to a basically a Roomba. See, this is a robot. It follows programming, and it's got, parts that function hopefully the same way each time, and if they cease to function the right way, you have it repaired.
Okay.
So do you need a robot repaired?
I mean, he just turned off after a banshee screamed at him. Can you fix that?
Hang on, he was killed by a banshee scream?
Yeah.
Hey Benjamin, get over here. You're the one with the magical understanding. Didn't you tell me once that banshees can only kill living creatures? Well, I mean, they could punch to death, I suppose, anything, but their scream only works on the living.
Well, my friend was living and a robot. Can you fix him?
I mean, so he was living and now he's dead, but he was in a robotic form?
Yeah. Is that so hard to comprehend?
Yes, that's probably the most amazing thing I've ever heard.
Okay. Can you fix him?
Where is he?
At our ship.
The nearest port is like hundreds of miles away. How'd you get a ship over here?
We flew it. And then it landed. And now it's here.
The two of them share a look and they're like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we are closed.
Excuse me.
Think it's probably best if you kept moving on. And remember, it's not always best to drink in the morning.
Are you implying that I am drunk? I mean, I would like to be, but I'm not.
If you'd like, I can just come right out and say it.
Say what?
Well, for starters, you came in last night when we were at that bar, started harassing us. Now you're coming into my store drunk like this and harassing me again. Got half a mind to get the authorities involved.
What have I even done?
Well, you're being asked to leave, and you're not, so...
Is that a crime?
Yes, that's called trespassing.
I stalk off.
Okay.
Is there a black market anywhere selling magical favors?
How would you attempt to locate something like that?
Could I try impersonating someone? Could I just try looking really, really shady and hope someone comes up to me?
I mean, if you knew a specific place to go, that might be able to work, but
I mean, I assume asking after the black market wouldn't lead me there.
no. If you want, you can ask the scrap yard how much they'll give you for life's body.
No! Would never do that. Fiend Harrison might, but he's just a rotten person, so.
Or, well, think about what the gnome guy told you. Told you about the possible existence of phoenix gems, or to try to find spiritual reflection in the woods.
Let's look after phoenix gems.
So yeah, there's probably a library in town that you can use for magical research.
I think that's a very good idea.
Okay, and to clarify, how are you getting around town exactly?
Running really fast.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Roll better. Nat 20.
Okay, query, are you doing the Naruto run?
Sure.
Oh, the image of this is kind of hilarious. Just a dragonborn in monk regalia, just darting down the road, probably generating actual flames.
Yes. Can I be wearing down the sidewalk as I run?
Yes. Okay, but yeah, you eventually make it in front of the new Mushroom Tin library.
Lovely. I walk in. I lean over. I bend over. I put my fists on the desk of the library.
Well, hopefully you make sure you're not on fire first, right?
I don't really care if I'm on fire.
Okay. You were saying?
Yeah, so I go over to the librarian's desk. I lean over and say, "Where are your books that will teach me how to resurrect?"
Well, ma'am, you're on fire today, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you're aware of that?
I'm often on fire.
This is a common occurrence for you?
Yes, where are your books? I need to resurrect someone.
Ma'am, I don't think we should let you touch the books until we address the fact that you're on fire.
Do I
And he
have to
pulls out a
convince you
fire
to stop me on
extinguisher
fire?
He takes a fire extinguisher from underneath his desk. Okay, hold still. This will only take a second.
Don't you dare! Can I extinguish my fire on my own?
Yeah, you probably just like slap it out of it. Just
Yeah.
like. Okay, you need books on reconstitution. Okay. And he starts to pull something up on a computer. Okay, this might take a minute to load, he says as it begins to make dial-up modem noises.
Can I slap the computer?
If you want, I don't see how that'll help.
It often does. I slap the computer.
Ma'am, please don't abuse the machinery.
It needs to go faster. I'm merely giving it incentive.
Oh, does it usually help machines to work faster when you hit them?
It worked for life. You've obviously never had a pet robot. Can the computer load faster?
Okay, looks like we got 3 books that might be of your interest.
All right.
Okay, there's The Path of the Phoenix under... Yeah, there's The Path of the Phoenix. That's going to be in our area dedicated to the hunt for ancient magical items.
Okay.
There's Roku's Guide to Resurrection. And Where Did They Go? A search into resurrection and reincarnation.
Let's look at Roku's Guide. I trust him. Who is a... Wait. No, I don't. He was of Avataria, but he was Fire Nation. I would never trust him. Let's look at the third one. Where do they go?
Okay, that's going to be in a spirituality section on the top floor. Not the roof. By the top floor, I do not mean the roof. Please do not go all the way up there. We had a problem with that yesterday.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Also, since it became relevant, can you just sign this waiver saying that if you fall off the roof, it's not our responsibility?
Sure.
Okay.
I sign it.
Okay. Okay, good luck searching for your books.
Thanks. I go find the book.
Do you
Who does
take
the roof?
Do you
Was
take
it
the
like
elevator? Wait, do you take the elevator or the stairs?
Stairs. I'm not a heathen.
What?
Those moving boxes, they are not to be trusted.
You fly around space in a moving box.
Yeah, but this one's in a building. I don't trust it. Stairs.
I mean, if Harrison messes up hard enough, the ship could also end up inside a building.
Exactly! Never a good thing! Moving boxes do not belong in buildings!
Okay, so you make it up to the 3rd floor, and you actually realize that it would be very difficult to get up on the roof because there doesn't seem to be any sort of roof access, because the top floor is just a giant glass dome up top, letting in a lot of natural life.
Who went up to the roof? What was it? Someone from the party?
And there doesn't seem to be anyone else up here.
Great. I find a book. Spirituality section. Let's go.
Okay. And you go over to the exact Dewey Decimal spot that he told you of, and that book is not there.
Can I shake the bookshelf? I think I'm going to shake the bookshelf.
As you begin shaking it, you hear a very old man say, "Are you looking for this, my child?"
Is he holding up the book?
And you turn to see a very, very old elven man dressed in what seems to be some sort of robe, and he's holding a book titled "Where Do They Go?" A search into resurrection and reincarnation.
Gimme.
Why is it that you seek the knowledge in this book?
I need to bring my friend back to life.
Yes, I had sensed a loss about you.
Really? Okay. Give me the book.
I will give it to you in a minute, but I need to know what you hope to find in it.
A way to bring my friend back to life. Isn't that obvious?
But are you sure that that's what your friend would have wanted?
I don't care.
He has already begun his next rotation around the wheel. Is it truly right to interrupt this process?
Yeah, So we're gonna heal during battle.
Is that the only reason why you want to see your friend again? Simply to have your healer returned?
No.
It's not a bad thing to miss the ones you've lost.
Emotion is weakness.
No, emotion is where we find our strength.
How can there be strength from all of this pain?
I met your friend earlier today, the one known as Harrison.
Was he the one who went on the roof?
I don't believe so. He struck me as the sort that would climb on top of a building, but during our interaction there was no roofs involved. Except for the roof of his car, but that's a different story that he can tell you about.
Oh god. Stupid.
You see, he has his own sadness of losing your friend life, but he learned a new way to channel it.
Into more betrayal?
Into the gift of music.
Harrison? Music?
He sought to forget, but I taught him a new way to remember.
Okay.
And now, through what he has learned, he can take upon, as life did, and be a healer.
Harrison? A healer? Please, he would just abandon us. Why would he want to heal? Dummy.
Because he has seen much destruction in the world, and he keeps running.
Because of it.
He runs so that he does not have to face it, but now he has, I believe, accepted that some things must be confronted.
Yeah. He doesn't confront things. He runs and abandons people. I don't think we're thinking of the same person.
I don't believe we are either. By the sound of it, do you perhaps mean someone else that you are now attributing to Harrison?
No.
Was there someone else who hurt you and now you cannot trust?
Everyone?
There's great anguish within you, but also a great capacity for compassion.
Yeah, that's weakness.
Was it weakness when you wanted to let someone live? I can sense that regret on you.
Qadira fidgets uncomfortably.
Was it weakness when you stood up to life? Is it weakness when you stand up for life? What is the point of your strength if you're not using it to fight for something?
To fight against something?
Is that truly what you want your legacy to be? Destruction to avenge destruction?
What else could there be?
A new beginning.
My ancestors, my friends, everyone I've loved is dead. I need someone else to feel the same pain.
You have a fire growing within you, quite literally.
Yeah, and it
you
goes
see that
outside
fire
too.
as only a cause of destruction. But fire can be more than that. Look to the sun. It is, much like your flame, is it not? Yet it is a source of life. Look to this city all around you. While it is now growing by the wonders of magic and technology, it was built by people whose ancestors once had to rely on fire for their heat and their energy and their life. Fire does not need to be destruction, but perhaps it can be recreation.
I'm not here to create things. I can't bring the dragons back.
And you
Can't
cannot bring your friend back either.
It's not fair.
No, it is not. But do you really wish to be a contributor in the unfairness of the universe? Do you really want to add to its misery?
What else can I do? I don't see another way.
You can choose to forge a new way.
How?
One day at a time, I suppose. And I've lived quite a few days. I'm over 900 years old, and even by my own species standards, that is quite a long life. I did not get there by reveling in destruction or by giving in to my basic whims.
Think I enjoy killing people?
I think that in the moment you tell yourself that it's what you want. But I remember when I was about 400, I'd been living a life full of self-indulgence until I found a truer meaning. And I turned to the path of mysticism. And that has allowed me to explore the universe without ever stepping foot off of this planet. I projected my soul across the cosmos, and I remember the day I came in contact with your world.
You've been to Avataria?
In a manner of speaking. Your world has a very strong spiritual connection, and I can sense that connection within you. Through my soul's projection, I was able to move through the souls of the people there, going back one at a time through the years, till I went back to an event known as harmonic convergence. I take it you know of this. It was only a few years ago, I suppose, relatively on your world.
Yeah, I remember.
And when I reached this event spiritually, I was touched by something, and I received the gift of air.
You're an airbender?
I am a created airbender. So if I was able to create that new destiny for myself, think what you could do for yourself. You were born with these abilities, and yet you do not use them to promote life.
How would I use them that way?
Well, when was the last time you reached out to those who were in need? When was the last time you let your flame be a beacon of hope instead of a weapon of destruction?
I don't know. I mean, I use my fire to protect people I love.
That is a noble goal, but does this protection come at the cost of the destruction of others?
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps there is another way. Perhaps you could use your flame not to destroy, but to refine.
Refine.
Refine your own soul first, and then use it as the guidepost for others. I see the potential within you, a potential to move forward with this fire, to do so much more. There are those that can use this gift to obtain the power of the storms and to generate electricity. Imagine what that could do aboard your ship.
So you're saying I should become a generator?
In a manner of speaking. But fire, energy, heat, these are not just weapons. These are tools. I could use my winds to level this city if I so chose, but what good would it do?
I don't know. I'm not the one who wants to do that.
But you have shown your potential for compassion. The fact that Harrison still breathes is an example of it.
I would kill him if I had the chance.
Oh, you've had many chances, and yet you've let him live. You could have been done with him the moment you landed on this planet and found a new pilot.
Well, yeah, he didn't betray us when we landed.
You could have killed him on the walk back over here. You could be hunting him down right now. But instead, you're indulging me in this conversation.
Now, why am I doing that? Can I have the book, please?
If you promise me that you'll consider what we've discussed here, and that perhaps you'll look for a new path.
Sure, be nice to people, blah, blah, blah. That will not help bring my friend back.
No. But if you continue to corrupt your soul, then you will not find the connection you need to see him again.
Wait. So you're saying I can't see him again?
Your people are blessed with an innate connection to the spiritual, but you must refine it. If I am right in my beliefs and he was reincarnated, then you could use your understanding of the spirit to find wherever his soul resides now. If I am incorrect and his soul now rests in some sort of afterlife, then you could use your energy to connect with him there.
Give me that book.
Very well then, Qadira. I have faith that you will make the right choices now. For you are now moving forward with a piece of me within you.
It's kind of creepy.
We carry forward all the people we have met. And so now, go forward with the blessings of Bodhi Windwalker. And know that when you need me again, you will be able to find me.
Wait, Windwalker. Is that like Windrunner? Or Roshar?
It's not the last name I was born with.
Like, are you a Radiant too?
It was a name I adopted when
It's a name.
And he hands you the book, and he walks out.
I was hoping for something more dramatic, like dissolving into like a gust of wind or something.
And then he's suddenly running on top of the roof. No, but he actually, but yeah, I tell you what, after a few minutes, you do see him just sort of standing there on the glass dome, just waving at you.
Of course.
Then he flies up. Then he jumps off the roof and flies away.
I really need it.
Okay, we are now recording for Cece's session with Anthony. This will probably be number 3 of 4 when I edit this together.
So fun.
So you said that you want to ensure that Anthony gets his rest.
Yes. I need my rest.
If you want, we can say that like the first thing you do when you get back to the ship and deposit Life's body is you just pass out. And when you wake up 8 hours later, the ship is empty. Everyone else is gone.
Oops. Sorry.
Maybe
Okay,
there's
so
like
then that's a long rest for me.
Yep.
Cool.
Maybe there's like a non-committal note from Qadira saying that she went into the town to try to resurrect Life.
Okay. Well then,
Okay.
Great. Okay.
But to offer some suggestions, you do have Asobe's spell book and
Yes,
the wand
I
that you
do.
took from him.
I'm hoping that maybe I can be able to like write them all down, basically. At least the ones I don't have already, because I already have some of them. I think I already had like jump and something else. Anyway.
Okay, but a reminder that transferring spells into a spell book does require some specialty inks.
Oh, then I might need to go get those.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the inks. I'm pretty sure I already had Featherfall and Jump, so I only need to do Longstrider and Studious Retreat is what I need to actually copy down. So, but I need to go get inks.
Yes, and if I remember properly, your Scribe subclass gives you some bonuses when it comes to copying spells.
Yeah, I think I do have some bonuses there.
Yeah, Wizard Order the Scribe. Yes, using your Wizardly Quill. Okay, so it only takes half as long.
Oh, okay, so it takes less time. That's all. Okay, cool.
But
That's
it's
good.
still just as expensive.
Oi. So I need to go get those inks.
Yeah. So yeah, you can probably find a way to hitchhike into town or something.
Yes.
Because you guys parked the ship off of the
Wait,
highway.
couldn't I
and
just
only have one
teleport?
car.
Oh, I don't have that spell yet. No. I wish I could just teleport.
But yeah, do you want to walk the several mile journey to town or get like a wizard Uber?
Wizard Uber, definitely.
Sure, let's just hand wave the mechanics of how you call this thing. You just send sparks from your wand or something.
Well, I mean, detect magic could detect a magical like cab or something. Hey, over there!
Instead of the night bus, it's the night rideshare.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a while, just like a disgruntled elf man pulls over his sedan, says, "Hey, you the wizard in need?
Yes. Yes, I
Well,
am.
hop on in. I can take you into New Mushroom Town."
Woohoo!
So, you don't strike me like you're from around here.
No, I'm not. Thanks for noticing.
Yes. Is that your spaceship I see that we're passing?
It's not mine. It's my friend's.
Ah, you're an alien man. That's cool.
No, I'm not. I'm a
You must know
human.
those. You must know those alien magics. You here to study terrestrial magics?
I'm literally human. I'm not an alien.
Human, you said it was? Well, pretty sure that humans are alien to us.
I am a human. You all are the aliens. I just want to find some special ink so I can write down my spells. That's all.
Well, okay. I guess I can take you to the Lightfoot Magic Academy then.
No, not the Magic Academy. Where's your shops?
Most of the shops don't carry magical inks, but I'm sure that the Academy could get you some.
I guess so.
Okay. And so after a while of driving, he eventually pulls you up into what seems to be like a cross between like a modern school and a castle design.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Okay, that's going to be 5 gold for the fare.
Oh, okay. I pay the 5 gold.
Ah, okay, thanks. I actually feel bad. I'm kind of
But I
scamming
don't
you
know
here.
if it's actually gold that they'll accept.
Okay, since you were so forthright in paying this, I actually feel like I should tell you that I'm actually overcharging you here. Here's the other 2 back.
Thanks.
But anyway, yeah, you're right now standing in front of the Lightfoot Magic Academy.
Great, so great.
Yep. But yeah, you want to go inside?
I probably am gonna have to.
Yeah, you walk into, I guess, sort of the front administration building, and suddenly just like a bolt of magic just goes over your head, and you hear someone shout, "Sorry, my bad."
Oh, jeez. These are apparently very new to magic people. I guess this is kind of equivalent to Hogwarts, but there wasn't this much random bolts flying around, especially because there was a rule to not have magic in the hallways. I think this is in clear violation. Anyway, let's find these inks.
Okay. And there's an elven woman behind a desk quickly moving through various paperworks and taking down notes and says, yes, can we help you, sir?
I need some special inks in order to write down some spells into my spell book. Do you have any?
Okay, tell you what, I can hook you up with Maria. She's in charge of selling the surplus supplies we have here.
Okay, cool. I would love that. Thank you.
And she says into an intercom system, let's see now. Professor Darkclaw, you're needed at the administration area. Professor Darkclaw.
Menacing, but okay.
What? That's just Maria's last name.
Oh, I know. Just seems menacing, that's all.
Yeah. Then after about 5 minutes, a Nomish woman floats in. You rang?
Yes, hello. I need special inks to copy down some spells into my spell book.
Are you a student here?
Oh, not exactly. I kind of like just arrived with my friends on a spaceship.
So you're a transfer?
Yeah, you could kind of say that, but I haven't enrolled in school. I just want to buy special ink.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine. And are there any other magical services we can provide for you?
I think ink would be all.
Okay, because, we can sell you some magical textbooks if you're looking to buy them. We also, and you see her very quickly look through a scroll. We've got some magical writing implements you can buy.
I have plenty of quilts from my time at Hogwarts. I think I'm good there. I just need the special inks, but the textbook.
We also have some magical figurines. Yes, quite magical.
Figurines. Okay. What kind of textbooks are you talking about? Like, can I learn new spells from it?
Oh, you're looking for spell books. Yes, we also have some of those.
Oh,
I definitely was not.
So there's a difference between magical textbooks and spell books. Interesting to note because they're one and the same at my school.
Oh, okay, yes. I definitely was not just trying to offload surplus textbooks on you just now.
Anyway, I'll just take the ink for now. I think if I'm going to come back, I could possibly buy textbooks, but not right now. I'll just take the special ink.
Okay, then. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a small vial of what appears to be some type of golden ink. Okay, but... And how much of this do you need?
How much would I need?
I guess enough for 2 spells.
Yeah. A very small amount, not that much. Like, I just need enough to write 2 spells.
Ooh, well, I suppose we can give you a reduced rate on this, but even still, it's gonna cost you about 80 gold.
Oh no. Do we have extra treasure back at the ship? Because I forget if I actually have that much.
Would you have taken any of the treasure from the manor with you?
I would assume that I did take some of it, like we split it evenly between us all.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Well, let's see now. There was, from the main treasure hoard, 50 gold coins, 2 copper chalices, a small gold bracelet, and 2 sets of engraved bone dice.
Oh, so I think I did get like 10 gold pieces from that.
Okay. But yeah, copying spells is a very expensive process.
I noticed. Yeah, I don't have enough gold right now. I'll come back later.
Is there anything else we can do for you then?
I think that's all. I'm going to see if I can find more gold somehow. Like getting a job. Totally, that's what I'm doing. I totally am getting a job.
It definitely sounds like you're about to steal.
I'm not going to steal. I'm going to get a job.
Everything from the way you're saying this to that giant grin on your face definitely makes me feel like you're. I mean, I'm not your professor. I can't. I'm not here to teach you ethics, but maybe don't be so blatant with it if you're going to be a thief. Not that I definitely teach that skill.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway.
Okay, so who are you gonna try to rob then?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go to town somewhere and find someone who looks the most wealthy or something.
Okay, I guess roll an investigation check.
Okay, just just a second. I'd rather roll with my own dice. I don't like the dice bot.
Okay.
16 plus 8.
Okay. So as you're wandering around town, you eventually make it to sort of like a town center area, and you see that there's a man playing the trumpet, and you also notice a much older man very casually just toss 2 gold coins in there like it's nothing, and just sort of then continues to go about his day with a smile on his face.
I think I should steal from him. Not the musician.
Yeah.
The other person.
Yeah, the really old man. Okay. And he's just walking down the road very casually, just sort of enjoying his afternoon.
Cool.
Yep.
So should I roll to steal?
Okay, are you going to try to pickpocket him directly, or are you going to try any magic?
I'm not sure what magic I'd be able to do. That's the thing.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to try anything.
Oh, I could use Mage Hand and pickpocket from afar.
I think you have to be an arcane trickster in order to try that. Because that specifically, I think, lets you do skill checks with your mage hand ability.
It says you can use your action to control the hand to manipulate an object, like open a pocket. Or retrieve an item. From an open container. I think I'm pretty sure I can take something out of I think I can pickpocket with my mage hand. I will do that. I'm going to attempt to pickpocket with my mage hand.
Yeah, okay, if you want, you can try a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Oh no! Disadvantage! Okay.
Hope you don't mind, but I guess Ash wants to observe.
Okay, well I got a nat 20 and a 16, so that's great.
What's your I guess you would add your spellcasting ability to this?
Sleight of hand would be dex, and I would add 3.
Yeah, well, normally it would be dex, but since you're not using your own physical abilities for this, like it's innately magical, right?
That's true. Then I would add +2 is the modifier for spells. For me.
Okay.
Yeah, so 16
Yeah, so
plus
an
2,
18
18.
Yeah, so with an 18 overall, you're just able to reach it into this. I guess this man probably has a bag. So to clarify what this man looks like, he's a very old elven man. Seems to be wearing some sort of robe, and he's got like a satchel.
Nice.
So yeah, if you want, you can reach into the satchel and roll a d4.
D4.
Mhm.
Where is it? 4!
Yeah, you're able to pull out 4 gold coins.
Wait. Only 4 gold coins. Okay. That's a very small amount. Very small. I don't even have enough to buy one spell.
But you are able to get these coins back over to you without being noticed.
Yay! Good. Okay. Maybe I should actually get a job this time.
Yep.
Maybe I should actually get a job. Is there any
Well,
now hiring around somewhere?
as you turn around to look at this, you very suddenly feel a tap at your shoulder.
Oh.
And it's the old man holding out 3 more gold coins and says, "Hey, I think you forgot these." With a smile on his face.
What?
When you were picking my pocket earlier, I think you accidentally left some gold in my satchel.
He noticed. Oh no. Wait, so did I have 3 removed and then 3 given back, or did I just get 3 more?
Well, that depends. Are you going to take the gold coins that he's almost sarcastically holding out? Does that...
Yes.
Okay, so then I guess that brings you to a total of extra 7. Are you sure this is what you want to be using your magic for?
Yes. It's just a cantrip. It's fine.
You are gifted with great magical abilities, and you choose to use them to steal from the elderly?
I have nothing better to do with my life right now, so...
So you
Yeah.
choose to be a thief?
Plus, I'm on the run and criminally charged with 1 billion different things from both Earth and 3 other planets. And a moon. I think I'm good.
Do you really wish to add this planet to the mix?
I mean, if what my friends told me about this place is any indication, I wouldn't mind it.
Yes, your friends. I sense a connection in your soul to 2 of the people I met earlier today, a Qadira and a Harrison.
Oh, those 2 idiots. Yeah, those are my friends.
I'm sure that they feel the same way about you. But both of those sentences.
Nice.
Yes, your friend Harrison. Now, he's more of the thieving type, isn't he?
Yeah, so I was surprised that I barely got away with it. Oh, well, kind of got away with that.
You didn't get away with it. I noticed you. But
No one
perhaps
else did. That's the point.
yes, a less wise elf would not have noticed.
Cool. Yes.
Here, walk with me for a bit, and perhaps I can convince you of a different path to walk along.
Sure.
So, your magic, where does it stem from?
Well, I was innately born with some amount of magic, and then I went to Hogwarts and learned a bunch more magic.
Yes. You had to
That's
work
it.
hard to obtain these abilities, right?
Well, some of it was already in me and innately there, so I didn't really have to learn much. I could do some basic stuff early on. But, yes, I did have to work and to get effort and learn in the certain spells in order to gain those abilities, yes.
And this is what you want that work to result in? A life on the run? A life of
I
criminality?
mean, Shield's after me. The moon base on Phobos is after me. The Avengers are probably not happy with me.
You angered
Some
a
other
moon?
people aren't happy with me. Some donut place is not happy with. I think I'm already there.
You angered a moon and a donut place?
Yes. I mean, also, well, it wasn't really the moon per se. It was like there was a base on the moon that we angered. Yes.
So, are you sure that you're satisfied with the way things are currently going?
Honestly, I just wanted adventure. And I got it. Never can return to Earth again, but that's okay.
And you just seek adventure and danger?
Yes.
Don't you think that you could be using your abilities to help those you meet instead of just robbing them?
Oh, I do help some people. It's just right now I need enough gold to put spells in my spell book.
I believe on your planet there was the tale of the warrior Robin Hood.
Yes.
Is that what you attempt to be here? A Robin Hood?
Kind of. I mean, if you think of it more like the original story of Robin Hood, that is drastically different than the actual presented story by like Disney. Then, sort of, but like, I don't know. It's I don't really redistribute the wealth per se. I just kind of keep it.
And you don't hear the problem with this?
Not really. I mean, I do share with my friends who are poor, so it's kind of in a way, but it's not really.
I remember a time when I lived like you, about half a millennia ago.
Wow. That's
I let my life be ruled by what I thought would bring me moment-to-moment pleasure. I didn't care much for long-term consequences or how I might be hurting others. Till one day I came close with the shadow of death, and it awakened something within me. And so I sought a connection with this world and further out with the universe.
I see.
I studied the path of mysticism, and from that path, I was able to learn what true power is. My soul has touched nearly every planet in this galaxy, and has been able to transcend that barrier which we know as time. I saw the coming of your ship, and I sensed what you did last night in the Manor.
How?
I'm in tune with the energies of this planet. And I can also now see within you that you carry a bit of Asobe's soul. We carry a piece of everyone we have met, but sometimes with those of great magical power, it can manifest itself in new ways.
Asobe, really? I don't think I don't think about. I don't think so.
You are the one who finished him off, is that correct?
Well, yes, that might be true, but that was a totally different thing. I totally didn't murder 3 guys, or was it 2?
Not necessarily what I'm referring to, but yes, killing someone does have an effect on your soul. We can get into that a little later, but my main point here is that there is more power within you than you realize. You absorbed some of Asobe's energy early this morning.
I was asleep early this morning, though.
No, before you went to sleep. When you were fighting the undead wizard.
Oh, okay.
Or perhaps it was last night. This isn't an exact science when it comes to soul reading.
Fair.
Yeah. And I can also tell that you took a piece of him with you in a more physical sense.
Skulls are you talking about?
Did you take his skull with you?
No, we just found like 10 skulls lying around.
What did you do with them?
I don't remember. My team gathered them. They did something with them. I don't know. I think that they were semi-useless anyway. Just got like 10 skulls in a row and no other loot, and it was annoying.
Well, I'm sure that if there is some force out there that helps to dictate the challenges you run into, they will take that into consideration.
I'm not entirely sure about that, but okay.
But from my understanding of the way your world practices magic, you put great focus on wands, is that correct?
Yes! Wands are super important. That's how we focus our energies.
Yes,
To
but
a
it's
point.
more... But it's more than just simply an instrument of channeling.
That's true. I mean, it chooses you. You don't just happen to have a wand. You can't just cast magic with any old wand. In fact, many people fail at their magic because they have a wand that was a hand-me-down from their parents or their siblings.
Yes.
You have to find the proper wand that chooses you, and then you'll be able to cast the best magic. There is some forms of wandless magic, such as when elves do it, but their magic is complex in a way, and we can't really tell why. And they also can't really use wands. We also can't tell why. It's a weird process. Anyway, elves
Just a
aside,
reminder, the man you're talking to is an elf.
these are different. These are different elves. These are different elves. These are house elves specifically. They're like servants, basically, for wizards.
I'll try not to take offense to that. But anyway.
They don't wear that great clothes, and they're not always treated the best by pureblood families. Anyway, I'm sorry. My point is, on Earth, wizards are basically some of the only creatures there who can do proper, aka with a wand, magic.
And do you know why it is that a wand can choose the wizard?
Because it has magical properties like its core and its length and its wand wood?
Yes, it's the core itself. It carries a piece of the soul of whatever creature it stems from.
Yes, I knew that.
So, tell me, what happened to Asobe's wand? Did you leave it, or did you take it?
I took that thing. I wanted that. Yes. And I think, well, it didn't really choose me, but I half attuned to it, because I could.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me more spells.
Yes. There are some magical wands out there that I suppose you could call dual core. They have whatever they originally stemmed from, and then the wizard that uses them can put his own magic into it. A piece of Asobe now resides inside his wand, and you carry it with you.
Technically, dual cores exist at Hogwarts, and there's only been like one person with a dual core. But the thing is, can't be a human. It doesn't how would that even work? Also, the core. It's inside the. How would he cast spell into his? It doesn't make sense to me, but I guess I can roll with it. Yes, he has his soul in his wand, I guess. So.
There's so much about magic.
Oh, did he make a Horcrux out of it? That's annoying.
There's much you have left to learn about the ways of magic. And perhaps you can learn that on your journey.
Perhaps.
In my own sense, I am somewhat magical. And I am what your friend Qadira might call an airbender.
Ooh.
In that in my journey,
thought all those people disappeared a while ago.
by projecting my soul across the cosmos, I eventually became intertwined with her homeworld, and from that, my spirit was elevated to be able to allow myself to channel the winds around me.
But astral projection is an airbending skill already. Anyway,
There's more than one way to hard-boil an egg, as we like to say.
fair enough. That's actually kind of cool. I did think that they were all disappeared. Also, that firebenders ruled this world, but I don't know much. I just know from what my friend told me.
And earlier today, I was able to help expose some of her own ignorance in the ways of fire.
Oh?
Mhm. But if you're willing to learn, then perhaps there's something I can teach you as well.
Yes. I like being taught. I like learning.
I can teach you how to manifest some of my own abilities in a more arcane sense.
Ooh. Yes.
This is... and you realize that he's actually been leading you sort of towards the edge of town near to a woodland area. So I just wanted to get away from, any other nearby, civilians or collateral damage in your case.
Yeah, that's fair.
And okay.
Cool. So, what are we gonna do now?
Sorry, my computer's acting weird. It's freezing up.
Oh, oof.
Tell me, do you already know the magic of levitation?
Yes! Can I demonstrate it?
Well, perhaps I can show you a way to take this ability.
I want to demonstrate it, please.
Okay, go ahead. And he sits down in
Leviosa! And then I cast that.
Hmm.
On we near some place that has small things that I can just make float. Like a
Yeah,
stick.
probably some rocks, some squirrels, some sticks, you know.
Sticks. Yes, I make a stick float. And it worked.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, very nice then. And he sits down cross-legged and begins to levitate himself.
Okay, that's...
So you can... Are you able to move your own personage this way?
Wait, when Guardian Leviosa is supposed to be for only small things.
Like I said, you have much more to learn about magic.
Yeah.
So concentrate now, and try to use the magics that you just channel into that stick into your own self. Feel the wind around you, and feel the magic within you, and get them to work together as one.
Okay.
For magic, as I understand it, is simply about aligning your own internal energy with the external energy of the world.
All right. How does one do that?
Okay, so you actually know like the levitate spell, right? Like the wizard spell levitate. That's what you were just using with Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to? So Anthony probably doesn't have any experience using that spell on himself, right?
No, you're supposed to. This is what I learned in Hogwarts. Was you're supposed to look other things, and there's also
Okay.
a slightly more larger levitate you can do for like luggage and stuff. That's about it.
Okay. In that case, if you want to try it on yourself, attempt an Arcana check.
Oh God. 18 plus 8. That's 26.
Yeah. So with that, like, it's kind of unsteady at first, but you are floating a few feet off the ground.
Oh jeez.
Come on, you can control this. You have the power within you. And perhaps, if you're truly able to concentrate on the winds, you can learn how to make this a bit more sophisticated. And he begins to fly in a circle around you.
Okay, flying? What? Excuse, but flying unaided is not. You can't do it. It's not allowed. You can't. You have to use a broom.
Then what do you call this? He says as he goes over you in an arc.
You must be using some sort of very dark magic there in order to be flying unaided. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Ugh.
Are you supposed to be able to fly between stars on a metal ship?
Yes.
Are you
that's
supposed to
basic
be able
science.
to? Are you supposed to be able to make friends with robots? Are you supposed to be able to breathe
Yes.
fire from your mouth?
That's also science. Yes.
So then who's to say that this is not, in a way, a form of science?
Because flying unaided is different. You have to use a broom. Have you not heard of brooms?
Yes, I know what brooms are. You know, there is a mighty warrior from the planet of Asgard, far off, who, as he puts it, magic and science are really the same, where he's from. Not that I've ever quite had the pleasure of meeting him, but he seems to be a wise man.
I think I know who you're talking about. So that from Thor.
Oh yes, Thor, that was his name.
He always claims that Mjolnir is just science you can't explain, therefore it's considered magic. But no. Actual magic from sorcerers and wizards and warlocks and the like are not just science you can't explain. It's not science at all. It's an innate ability to cast spells.
Science and magic need not be enemies. You can use science to gain an understanding of magic and replicate results.
That is fair.
So, what do you have to lose by trying to use science to improve your abilities? You're already floating off the ground longer than you ever have before unaided.
That is fair. It goes against all the standards I've learned. That's all.
But thieving doesn't?
Now we do that all the time at Hogwarts. What are you kidding?
Do you murder all the time at Hogwarts? Okay.
That one took a little bit of learning on the first planet and also at S.H.I.E.L.D., but yeah.
So if you could learn that ability, what's stopping you from learning how to do this?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna try, but like, if I actually ever go back to Earth, they're going to murder me for being able to fly unaided because they automatically assume that with dark magic. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to fly unaided. Let's go.
Okay, expend a 3rd level spell slot and make an Arcana check.
Bye.
Oh, by the way, even if you roll low, you're not going to completely botch this. It's just going to be funny for me and Ash. Oh, by the way, to the listeners at home, Ash has been listening in on this as well.
Yeah, for probably about half of this, I've been listening.
15 plus 8.
Okay, so with that, you shoot up like a rocket 30 feet before you're able to compose yourself. And for that split second, you wonder, oh no, I've detached from gravity. Spirit Anthony. Now, here's the important part. You have to be careful on how you get down.
I noticed! I could die from this high up.
It's a bit like walking. You just need to slowly will yourself down.
Okay. Do I have to make another check for that?
Hey, Ash, should I make them roll another check?
I'd say no because the elf could end up catching Anthony if for some reason Anthony does fall and sleeping like Anthony's gonna die.
That's fair. Okay, I'm going to attempt to fall slowly.
Okay. That wasn't flying, that was falling with style.
That's the best I've got so far.
Did you just get a natural 20?
What?
Oh, sorry. When you said that's the best I got so far, I thought you had rolled and got your highest roll tonight.
No. I didn't roll because Ash said not to.
Okay, yeah, that's fine then. So then, yeah, he's just able to slowly guide you towards the ground.
I was basically saying that like falling with style is the best I have to do right now.
Yes. Well, that was a very good first attempt. Can I see your spell book?
Yes. And I hand him a spell book.
And he produces from inside his satchel a very strange looking quill.
Oh, geez.
And he begins to mark in your book using a type of rune system that you've never quite seen before. But the strange part is that he's mimicking Anthony's, not quite handwriting because it's drawing, but it looks like Anthony is the one that drew it.
He's mimicking my style of writing and drawing, basically.
Yes, but using a new rune system. And it seems to be in blood, and now that mark is on his wrist. No.
What? No. Oh, God.
No.
Do not umbrage this situation.
Yep. Well, congratulations. You've received a new form of spiritual elevation, and hopefully that can let you achieve physical elevation when you need it.
Thanks.
And remember what I told you. You don't need to rely on the ways of corruption in order to achieve your ends.
I'll take that in mind, but know that I'm probably gonna have to steal again anyway.
Well, Anthony, I seek to carry a piece of you forward if you will carry a piece of me forward.
Sure.
Nice.
And with that, he turns around and floats off.
If I had one more day to work.
Okay, so right now I'm being joined by Ash. Ash, to explain the lack of much of an introduction here, I'm probably just going to record one separately, then decide what order to place these 4 sessions in.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Yep.
Mine should probably end up either being first or last for the order.
Okay, then. So, yeah, you're the one with the new character, so let's start with the basics. What is your character's name?
Oh boy. I've been debating about this voice for a while. Hello, my name is Waisana Forsythia. I'm an elf, and I am 394 years old. I'm a bit on the taller side for an elf. I'm closer to about 5'10". I'm 137 pounds, and I have rather golden hair, but I don't appear to have an age assigned to me. You look at me and you don't know how old I am. Yes, and I must say, I am very interested to be with other races, we'll say.
Okay, so let's go as far back as we can. What is Waisana's first memory?
Oh, my first memory. Well, it's been quite a long time. But I would say my first memory was almost 400 years ago. It was fairly early on in my life. I was about 14, I believe, and I had some magic users, some female magic users, just they came into my town, and they were testing all the girls around my age, anywhere from 13 up to 16 or 17 years old. And we were all being tested, and I was one of the lucky few that had a magical ability.
Okay.
And I remember being very, very proud to have this ability that no one else in my village had. From there, we ended up going to a tower in Tarvalon. Beautiful city, beautiful white tower. And I
I started to be trained. It was a very, very grueling 15, 16 years of my life. I, I met some wonderful women while I was training, and eventually, some of us became more than just friends, we'll say. And eventually, when I became a full magic user, I, well, I decided I wanted to commit myself to healing people and helping more. And so I decided I would help travelers who came to Tarvalon, and I would attempt to heal them to the best of my abilities. No one died during all of this, and it was wonderful. Not everyone that I saw was good enough to be healed, though. Some of them were not elves. In fact, most of them were not elves, and I only heal elves. As I grew older, I saw more and more who just weren't quite as good as elves. We elves are just we are the ones. We are the inheritors of this world. But the centaurs, the pixies, the dwarves, no. No. They don't belong here. No. Only elves deserve this planet. And so I found it appalling when almost 6 decades after becoming a full magic user, I was going through the forest nearby, just to get some fresh air. I'd recently been through a bit of a bad breakup, so I needed some fresh air. And as I was walking, I came across this elf. This elf, he appeared to be tied up in what seemed to be a ritual. As if he were to be sacrificed. And I couldn't stand for this. I couldn't stand for an elf to be sacrificed. Especially to dirty gnomes. No. This would not do. And they appear to be chanting to Peaches. No. This would not do, I decided. And I decided that I would go and rescue him. So I charge in, and I use my magic, and I killed 2 of the gnomes, and I scared off 3 others and wounded the last one. The wounded one I held in place for further interrogation. And he confessed to quite a bit. He confessed to murdering quite a few of my sisters. The tower had not been doing much about this, but I came in and I managed to kill off a few of these heathens. After I felt confident that he had divulged all the information he would, I asked who else he knew of that was in his coven of disgusting worshippers. And he gave me a couple names. and I executed him on the spot. He would not be killing any more of my sisters. I freed this elf, and he was grateful. Yes, he was extraordinarily helpful. I brought him back to Tarvalon so that the others could hear his story, but no one else seemed to care. They thought, oh, well, we got the ones that were trying to kill this elf. There's no need to try and expend further resources. There's no need. These are all the ones that were there. They didn't believe me when I said that there were others. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to convince them, at least not without further proof. So I decided to go off and hunt for others of this dark coven, of these others who called themselves friends of the dark. And so I hunted them down. Some of them were quite easy, as they gave up the positions of others, but others, some of the head leaders, they were hard. They were hard to find. I couldn't seem to find them. But it's not that easy to get away from me. No, and I can make myself invisible. Many years passed, and about 15 years ago, magic really started to flow again for some reason. We later discovered that the reason for this sudden magical growth was because of a lad named Ian Lightfoot on one of the other continents. He apparently had found a way to bring back more magic into the world. So we went to him, and we as a group we came out hiding, as there was no more need to hide, as magic had returned back to the world. Unfortunately, with Ian coming into this and becoming a full-blown magic user, he accidentally awakened an old wizard whom we had long thought dead. We welcomed him in, but we couldn't accept. We accepted Ian, but Ian was a male. We were concerned about him using magic. So we tried to keep an eye on him, but he set up his own magic school. And we decided that it would be best if we worked together. I went to meet Ian, and while I was there, I set up some alarms and traps around the manor of the ancient magic, just in case some friends of the dark decided to trapsize their way in. While I was there, I thought I found some other friends of the dark, and, well, let's just say it didn't end well for them. I had become a more powerful magic user, and, well, they didn't stand a chance. Ian, though, the little twat that he is, didn't appreciate my methods of dealing with friends of the dark. He talked to the tower, and the little twat that he is, he managed to get me banished. So now I'm banished, and I have no funds. I have no home. And so I decided to go to the only place that I could think of, a place which seemed to be well known for having Friends of the Dark. Many Friends of the Dark had come from here. I went to a city called Tyr. And as I stayed there over the past 15 years, I became more and more adept at finding Friends of the Dark in this criminal underworld. What with all the sea goods and all the interplanetary travel that seemed to be booming now that there was so much magic, and we had a reason now. Over the years, there were two other parties that entered the Manor of the Friends and I believe them to be Friends of the Dark. However, they never seemed to leave. Perhaps they were sacrificed. Perhaps they weren't Friends of the Dark. I may never know. But whenever they set off my alarms and my traps, I would go back and I would reset them, just in case. One of the things which I particularly enjoyed setting up was an undead rhino. Of course my magical blood comes from Peaches. He is extremely. He is a very. He is the. After all, he is the god of endings, but he does not wish for endings to be hastened, of course. Now however, recently there was something different that happened. I felt there was a magical change in the world. It almost seemed like something new, something unexpected had suddenly come in. I paid it no mind. I didn't think anything of it. I continued to hunt for Friends of the Dark, and in one of the taverns that I frequented, I saw. Okay. So I was in one of my normal taverns, and there were a few wanted posters. I looked them over, and there was a new one, but I didn't think anything of it. And then this morning I woke up, and I noticed that my magical traps, my undead rhino, it was dead. Actually dead, and not. It was the strangest feeling. It was almost as if someone had killed a part of me. And then I noticed that the magic surrounding Asobe, around this ancient magic, it was gone. I believed it to somehow have been because of this new magical disturbance. So I packed up my bags with what belongings I had, and I started to try. I traveled to New Mushroomton to see if I could determine what could have possibly caused this. What could have caused this magical disturbance?
And As you finish this monologue, you suddenly feel yourself beginning to come back to, and you very quickly remember where you are, as if you're coming out of a dream, but it's one of those dreams that you have a great recollection of. And you're back in the forest, sitting on the ground, about 12 feet opposite one of the oldest elves you have ever met. You remember now that he introduced himself as being Bodhai Windwalker.
Ah,
Well, my child, it seems that you have come a long way, but that you still have very far to go.
oh yes, that I will not rest until every friend of the dark is dead.
Do you think that perhaps this mission of destruction is only going to lead to your own end?
Oh no, I have. Well, I suppose that it could. I have had a couple close brushes, but Peaches seems to think that what I'm doing is good, and that is all that I need.
Well, you're not the only woman I've met today with a vendetta of vengeance.
Oh really? Who else have you met today?
You spoke of Asobe's Manor and the eye that you were keeping over it.
Yes, this is correct.
A group of adventurers from beyond the stars landed here on our world yesterday. One among their number was a mighty dragonborn, and she led the charge into that manor, and they broke Asobe's power, releasing all of the trapped souls within.
A dragonborn?
Yes.
Impossible.
If you only see things the way you have seen them, then you will never see anything new.
Oh, I have seen many new things.
And yet you still see them from the eyes you had 400 years ago.
Because what I know is the truth.
Truth? You've been all over this world, yet you still treat it as if you never left the same village.
Oh, why would I? Elves are clearly the superior ones upon this world. And why should we not be as such?
You say that elves are superior? On what do you base this? Simply because we live the longest?
We live the longest? We have the most powerful magic at our disposal? We are the rightful inheritors of this world. The others, we're just allowing them to borrow it.
We may live the longest, but do we truly live the greatest lives from within? For you see, what you now currently see as this life is just a mere fragment or fraction of what will be and has been your existence.
Oh, I know that the wheel grows on and on. I know that one day I may end up being reborn into another body, but that day is not today, and that day is not anytime soon.
You do not know that. None of us know how long we shall live. And if you were to die today, would you be satisfied with the karma that you have built?
I believe so.
You claim to be fighting the Friends of Darkness, but you yourself leave a legacy of darkness throughout this world.
How so?
My child, when was the last time that you even sought the reasons behind another one's ends before you determined that they ought to be destroyed? When was the last time you properly gathered information before you brought on judgment?
I always do.
By your own admission, in your first mission of supposed justice, you engaged in torture. Do you consider this to be just?
To ensure that other friends of the dark are put to rest and are no longer spreading their lies about Peaches? Yes, yes, I do.
Can you truly say that you have never cut one down simply because it led you on the path to cut down another that you deserved worthy of death?
Why, yes, I can.
If you were to calculate your collateral damage, would you truly say that it is less than the good that you have brought?
Absolutely.
You speak with much confidence for one who is so uncertain within.
What would I have to be uncertain about?
I have spent the last 500 years detaching myself from the weights that you constantly pile on. I can see through you now, and see past you, and see the connection to all the souls that you have touched.
And what do you see when you look into my soul?
I see a soul that is on fire, not because it is a beacon of hope, but rather because it is burning in fear.
Now, what could I possibly have to be afraid of?
You are like the one who is being chased by a wild animal, never allowing yourself to rest, let it be caught. Yet in your case, rather than to move out of the way of an oncoming tree, you chop it down. Rather than to warn others of this threat, you simply trip them. You do not realize that with the strength that you possess, you could simply face the threat itself.
And what threat would that be?
Your goal, at its core, is very noble. You seek to end those that seek an early end of others. But you cannot use murder to prevent murder.
If the ends justify the means, then the means are just.
Have you ever heard of the empty world solution to world peace?
I believe that I have. It was preached to me many, many times, especially by Ian, but it is it's just simply not true. We can have peace without having everyone dead. We just merely must eradicate those who would be considered lesser and eliminate any who might seek to disrupt this peace.
What if I were to judge you to be a disruptor of the peace? You are a killer and a destroyer.
I do it for the greater good.
By whose authority?
By my own and by that of Peaches. Otherwise, why would he have allowed me to live this long?
By that same token, why does he not just smite the wicked himself? He's powerful enough to.
For he needs tools, and I am but one of his tools.
Was there ever a case where you deemed that you might not have emerged victorious in battle? If he was truly by your side, then wasn't your victory always assured? Can you truly tell me that you never experienced that which you would call a loss?
I may have allowed a few friends of the dark to escape me. However, they did not evade me for long.
Perhaps that was an opportunity of mercy that you refused to engage in.
Now, why would I show mercy to those... What is the word? It's...
People?
No, not people. Those cretins. Why would I show mercy to them?
Because, just like you, they are still people. They still have souls, and their actions can still put good into the world.
Impossible.
Do you have such little faith in the universe that you think that the evil cannot become good?
Perhaps the evil could become good if they had not been corrupted in the first place. But they allowed themselves to be corrupted.
Well, you consider yourself to be one of great strength, correct? If there's corruption within you, you believe that it could be burned out, right?
Oh, yes.
So then, don't others deserve that same chance?
They cannot possibly do that, for they are not elves. We
Perhaps
are
they are
not
not.
so easily corrupted.
Perhaps they are not elves in this state, but if you truly believe that elvishness is the greatest source of compassion, then perhaps through your own being you can spread it through them as it spreads along the wheel.
Perhaps. But it is doubtful. Now, if you do not mind, I am interested in these new adventurers that you spoke of.
I am also interested in you meeting them, for I believe that this could be a turning point, both for you and for them. These three adventurers have some of the most interesting souls I have ever peered into. At the moment, they are beings of evil, but I believe that they each have the opportunity to become beings of righteousness.
Then I must watch them.
Perhaps this can be a chance for you to righten yourself and to show them a path of righteousness.
I will give them a chance. Particularly this Dragonborn. She intrigues me.
Yes.
Perhaps I will make her my pet.
Very well then. Follow the wheel, and it shall guide you along this spoke, and you shall find them.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills. Fare thee well.
And with that, he gets up and walks further into the forest.